I have 3 videos that I'm stitching together. One is talking about what women who are millennials and Gen Z are seeing or saw growing up with their mothers doing everything, and the reason why women are opting out of relationships and motherhood. The next is a divorce lawyer speaking on what he has seen as far as the reason why people are divorcing and what he is seeing of the men. And then the next is a video where a woman is highlighting the idiocy, if that's a word, of what a man is saying regarding his parenting. Watch them all together and you will understand the reason why society is moving where it's going, why women are changing, because women have no choice but to change because the men have not changed. So now that women have their own money, we have our own money. We can do all the things that we can do to survive without needing a man who is there not helping in the same way that lots of us saw men behaving in the home, where they thought that having a paycheck was enough. It is not enough. It was never enough. But times past, women didn't have choices. Women have choices today. Anyways, watch all 3 of these together, and then you let me know what you think. I'm not coming in on the back end.
We're extremely lonely in marriage. About the rise in single lonely men before we talk about the ever increasing rise and realization of women who are extremely lonely in marriages and partnerships. You don't get one without the other. I made a video a while back and I said that a lot of millennial and Gen X women were turning into the hyper-independent counterparts of our mothers. We grew up watching our mothers tolerate intolerable things from our fathers, even if our fathers were good guys. And this is where this slippery slope gray area immediately kicks in. A lot of millennial and Gen X men consider themselves to be feminists. And also, when it comes to their female friendships, when it comes to the women in their family and whatnot, the Me Too movement scared the shit out of them. They've learned that they have to behave better in a more public setting, or to women who are not their partners, right? That's what that was all about. But there wasn't a lot of conversation in the Me Too movement about women in intimate partnerships with these same men. If a man truly wants to be a feminist, he starts with his intimate romantic relationships. He does not start exterior to that, because this is where the biggest problems are actually coming up. A lot of these men are behaving exactly like their fathers did. Whereas Gen X and millennial women are actively avoiding relationships with men who act the way our fathers did, a lot of these Gen X and millennial men are no different than their own dads. That's the real reason we're having this huge divide between Gen X and millennial women and men who are in heterosexual relationships. It's because we are realizing that we did all of this work to unpack and avoid the relationships that would turn us into our mothers, whereas the Gen X and millennial men are actively still behaving like their dads did. Not that much has changed, but we have. The women have. The men don't want to. They can do it socially, but even the best guy friends, and a lot of women know this, even the best guy friends that you have can be total nightmares in relationships with women. And some of their female friends will look on in horror, like, why would you treat a woman like that? That's why most millennial and Gen X men are still exploiting their female partners the way their dads did. From emotional labor to domestic labor to the absolutely appalling assumption that they're entitled to our bodies. And the deep denial and defensiveness that these men exhibit when you try to broach these topics with them is the problem. The fact is that a lot of the men from the millennial and Gen X generations need a lot of therapy. They need to do a lot of work on themselves to figure out why they still are treating women this way in their intimate partnerships. And they don't want to do that because they can still get what they're looking for from a lot of women out there. All while idealizing their grandparents' relationships that were horrible. It's all reaching a boiling point. I don't think we should be talking.
Do you want to know the major theme that I'm seeing in the divorce industry as a divorce lawyer as I do consults these days? I am seeing working moms doing it all. And I'm seeing the husbands step back and say, Hannah, I got to do a thing. She's got the kids, she's got the groceries, she's got the laundry, she's got the meals, she's got the work. And by the way, she's making all the money and she's paying for the house and doing everything else. I'm going to go to the firehouse. I'm going to go play this. I'm going to go hang out with my friends. That's the theme. And women are tired.
The fact that this guy is not only not embarrassed, but said this with his whole chest.
The one thing in the world that I couldn't do, because I could do anything, I couldn't be a mom.
No, none of us can.
No.
Couldn't be.
That is one of the hardest jobs in the world, and I'm very lucky that I don't have to wake up at night to do anything. If she's home, I'm not changing poopy diapers unless like I'm in a really good mood, or there's two at the same time. Two poopy diapers at the same time, I will do the male poopy diaper.
Right.
Wait.
Because I know the plumbing better.
Jenna, can you verify this? Or
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm-
And he'll let me know when they went to the bathroom though. He'll be like, "Oh man, he stinks." So I'm like waiting. Maybe Zach will change him. He's like, "Nah, he really stinks." I'm like, all right.
Hey, this diaper is disgusting. You might want to get to this one sooner than later. Because I'm the worst.
Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it real quick.
The one thing in the world that I couldn't do, because I could do anything, I could.
Be a parent. You couldn't be a parent.
That is one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Especially when you procreate with a dingbat.
Because I'm the worst.
One more time with me.
The one thing in the world that I couldn't do, because I could do anything, I
Couldn't be a parent.
because I'm the worst.